Welcome inside the locker room on a Monday morning. Yes, indeed, the first locker room of the week and of the month as well. Yes, September to remember. That is the theme. You are most welcome to the best sports show on radio. This is Smooth 98.1. We love music, we love life, we love sports as well, no doubt about that. Ayokunmi, I'm back here with you to jump into what's been going on in the world of sports, from Formula One to tennis to football. We've got it all here wrapped up in a nice little bow, ready to unpack it all. And you can be a part of the conversation as always. Join us on WhatsApp, send those messages in, banter, comments, everything. Hey, that's what we do. 0911 999 0981. 0911 999 That is on WhatsApp. You can also join us on YouTube as well, because we are streaming live at Smooth 981 FM Lagos. Smooth 981 FM Lagos. If you love the audiovisual and, of course, all the behind the scenes stuff that tend to go on, that is where you need to be. Once again, welcome into the show. Joining me this morning to take a look at what's going on in the world of sports, Tega is unavoidably absent. She had to take care of a couple of things, so she'll be away for a little bit, but don't worry, we've got you covered. Joining me to take a look at the stories this morning and, of course, make it a Monday to remember is Ibitayo Daramola. Very good morning to you, Sir Tayo. Great to have you on the show.
Good morning. It's a pleasure to be here and making my debut on the station and sharing the mic with you.
Yes, indeed. Debut on the show. A hat trick is incoming. I don't know how I know. I just have Hey, don't ask me questions. I won't give you any answers. All right. So let's jump right into the nitty-gritty of what's on the menu this morning. We'll start with Formula One. Yes, indeed. I think that's the best place to start this morning. Now, Lando Norris says his retirement from the Dutch Grand Prix was a blow in his attempt to win the World Championship, but he insists he will go for it as he tries to recover his season. Now, he's falling behind his McLaren teammate, Oscar Piastri, by about 34 points, with 9 races remaining after the Australian won the race while Norris retired with an oil leak. It just seems like Lando Norris cannot catch a break. Now, we know that it's going to be a McLaren 1-2, and it's looking likely that Oscar Piastri is the one who's going to come out top at the end of the day. Lando Norris says he's not going to give up. He's still going to keep on fighting. But 34 points, 9 races to go. Is that doable?
I'm sure Lando is quite disappointed, and he has an Herculean task in front of him. Had he won yesterday, he would have been 2 points behind Piastri. And now he's 34 points behind. He didn't even pick up a point because, through no fault of it, his car just gave way. Oil started leaking from the engine. I'm sure that will be investigated to see what went wrong. But this was supposed to be his season. I mean, going by last season where he finished second, won 4 races, was the closest to Max Verstappen. This year, they have the fastest car. They've had the fastest car since the second half of last year. So very obvious the McLarens would win. But what McLaren has done is to allow both of them race, not to have a primary driver, which is what most teams will do. So allowing both of them race and always telling them that whoever is in front will be favored for strategy means that the qualifying series was more important than the race itself, because whoever is in front will be favored by McLaren. And Piastri qualifying first at the Dutch Grand Prix, which is very, very famous for not being friendly for overtaking, meant that it's going to be a tight race if it's going to pull it. But at the point in time, it was 0.2 seconds behind Piastri. And with DRS, only because the circuit was difficult. But his car giving way, was a big, big blow. I'm sure the statement he made was just being professional. He's devastated. He knows he has a very, very tough task. 9 races left. And Italy next, and then they go to the Americas and Asia. It's going to be very, very difficult for him to overhaul those points.
Going to be very difficult to overhaul. And I mean, as you mentioned, McLaren, of course, has the fastest car. And it just seems like, from early on in the season, it was a case of, okay, McLaren 1-2, and then who else is going to be third, fourth, and so on and so forth. But this would have been the season for Lando Norris to get the job done, bearing in mind that Max Verstappen and Red Bull are at odds and ends. This particular season kind of feels like the season where Man City faltered, and the thought was, okay, Arsenal would capitalize, and Liverpool came in and actually won the league. It kind of seems like something similar is going on in the world of Formula One. But we shall wait and see. 9 races, 34 points. It's not insurmountable, at the
Yeah.
end of the day, but it's going to take something huge for, Oscar Piastri to throw this one away, to be an implosion,
Yeah.
a bottle job, really, of the highest
Piastri,
proportion.
Piastri knows he just has to make sure he doesn't add any DNF to the end of season and finish on the podium to the end of season. You clinch this. And it was the same way Max won last season when Lando Norris was on his neck and the second half of the season, but he just kept on finishing on the podium, not necessarily winning any race. Finish on the podium, and then you've amassed enough points for you to win. And sadly, I mean, prior to yesterday's race, they had won. It had been McLaren 1-2, McLaren 1-2 in 4 races on the trot. Lando winning 3 of them. So it was. I'm sure. I mean, I can't imagine what Lando is feeling right now.
I can't.
Yeah.
Anyways, the season isn't over yet. Miracles do happen, and he could get a miracle or not at the end of the day. All right, let's switch gears from Formula One. Let's talk about what's been going on in the world of tennis, specifically at Flushing Meadows in New York. Yes, that's talking about the US Open, where world number 2, Carlos Alcaraz, maintained his quest for a second US Open title with a straight set victory over unseeded Frenchman Arthur Rindenesh in the 4th round. The 22-year-old is definitely gunning for this title. New haircut and everything. Do you think Alcaraz, I mean, going by this performance, is looking good to clinch the title at Flushing Meadows?
Oh, make no mistake, he's the favorite. I mean, he is. In recent times, Cena has shown that, I mean, he has a nickname injury. He pulled out of the Cincinnati finals, and he's dropped a set already, which is unlike Cena. I mean, what we see at Grand Slams is Cena not dropping sets till the finals and then tossing it out with Alcaraz. Alcaraz is usually the one that makes mistake here and there and drops a set. But Alcaraz seems to be very focused this time around. He hasn't dropped the sets, has looked impeccable. Maybe it's the haircut, maybe it's the determination, but I mean, boy, Alcaraz looks unplayable right now, and I don't think whoever is in front of him.
Carlos Alcaraz, I mean, looking at this new generation of tennis players, talking about the Alcarazes of this world, Yannick Sinner's, of course, Alcaraz is one player that you would pay the money to watch. You talk about Yannick Sinner. He's been described as being effective, almost robotic, if you can actually put it that way. But looking at that performance by Carlos Alcaraz, I don't know if anybody's going to stop him. And it's been said that anyone who's going to stop Carlos Alcaraz usually is Carlos Alcaraz stopping himself, because on his day he's a brilliant tennis player. On other days you just wonder, did this guy wake up under the bed or something along those lines? But I've asked this question before, and Tayo, I would love to get your opinion as well. Looking at the new gen of tennis players, of course you have your Carlos Alcaraz, your Yannick Sinner, like those are like the 1 and 2 up there.
Yeah.
Who else do you think comes close to, should I say, being in that space of we're the top 3, or we're the big 3, we're the big 4 when it comes to men's tennis?
I don't look. If you are still this present day still watching tennis, and Djokovic, the grand old man now in tennis, is still getting to the semifinals, speaks volume about the other talents. Speaks volume about their lack of competition, their lack of showing competitive edge. I mean, it's like you said, it's Alcaraz, it's Sinner. You might put in 1 or 2 or 2 or 1. Any number you choose, you won't be questioned for that. But then there's a wild gulf between them and the rest. Carlos Fritz, Ben Shelton, you name them. These guys, they flat out to deceive. They just show you a glimpse, no consistency. We cried out for a long time when the big 4 started fading out, that who was going to be next. And we didn't see any next till Sinner and Alcaraz came on the scene. And these two, they've pulled away from everybody else. And yes, Djokovic, despite just playing tennis, I think now just for because he can't do anything else but play tennis. That's why he's playing tennis. That's a record. But he's still getting to the semifinals of Grand Slam. And then you wonder what's happening to the ones that should be taking over, the ones that should be pushing. I mean, even during the Big Four era, we had the other Swiss, escaped my mind now. We had people winning in between. I mean, it was one of, but we had people pushing in between. But for this generation, I'm afraid that even it looks as if Alcaraz and Senna might break the Djokovic's record at the Grand Slam because lack of competition. They are the only ones playing against themselves, basically.
Yes, indeed. I mean, compared to the women, it's the wild, wild west, WTA. Let's not even go into that right now. All right. Let's keep the ball rolling. Keep your messages coming in on WhatsApp on 0911 999 0981. Also join us on YouTube where we're streaming live at Smooth 981 FM Lagos. Smooth 981 FM Lagos. Yes, indeed. LK. It doesn't whether or not United won or lost, I would still have been here today. I beg. It's not entering my body. It's not entering. Leave that one. I'll come back to your message later on. Let's get into the world of football. And just 3 weeks into the season, Tayo, VAR is at the center of controversy already. Now, official Michael Salisbury was dropped for Sunday's Premier League game between Liverpool and Arsenal after the Professional Game Match Officials Limited (PGMOL) said it was a mistake for the video assistant referee to disallow Fulham's opening goal at Chelsea on Saturday. I mean, for those who saw the game, Josh King's goal in the 22nd minute was chalked off following a VAR intervention for a foul on Rodrigo Muniz in the build-up. Like I said, third week of the season already, VAR has already been doing its thing. What is going on in England?
What's the EPL without any controversy? I mean, let's be honest, that's why we love the EPL. Something to talk about for the whole week till the next match week. It's what happens, but it's terrible. I mean, I watched the game. I didn't think it was a foul. I think it was a football play. And it wasn't even making the tackle. It was Chaluba that was making the tackle. I was surprised when the ref was called. The ref saw the play, didn't make a call. And then VAR had to call him to go watch. It took 5 minutes to make a decision. And then when you're watching the game on slow mo, watching it fast forward than any other mode, and you take 5 minutes to make a decision, speaks volume about your doubts. I mean, it makes no sense. And it brings the question forth. Is VAR actually there to help the referee, or are they there to re-ref the game? It's awful. I mean, you apologize now, but the 3 points is gone. We don't know what would have happened had Fulham gone ahead at the first half. They were very, very dominant in the first half. The results might have been different. Now, this has hurt Fulham, and apologies, and then the referee is being dropped for a game or two, is back on. But the only team that has been hurt is the team that has been wronged. And so the referees have to look at themselves. Maybe, I don't know, is it lack of professionalism, or don't they let them understand what the VAR is for? It's for clear and obvious errors. They're right from day one. The English refs will not escape the accusation where they say they are not professionals enough. But it is what it is. I kind of enjoy it because this is what I tell people. Officiating finds a way of balancing itself out during the course of the season, 38 games. I've seen it time and time again. Officiating will favor Fulham during the course of the season, and the coach will not complain. And so if it goes against you, though it's terrible, take it with a pinch of salt, and you know that when it comes for you, you'll be happy about it.
Yes, indeed. All right, Tayo, we need to take a break right now. But before we do that, still on this matter of VAR and whatnot. Now, you mentioned something about, VAR probably reffing the game. Now, the play was made, the ref let it go. VAR called his attention. He took a look, took 5 minutes or thereabouts. Now, at the end of the day, whether or not he was asked to take a look at the play again, the decision rested with him. Last, as they say. Or is this a case of what happened last season or thereabouts, where was it Michael Oliver? I can't remember who talked about not wanting to put his pals in trouble, something along those lines. I can't remember the whole thing very clearly. Could that have been?
Yeah, I mean, I recall that game. I mean, wanting to agree with his pals up there.
Yes.
Up there. You know, I think refs feel compelled when they are called by their colleagues to come check something they probably missed. The game goes I mean, the speed at which the game goes is crazy. Let's be honest with ourselves. VAR is needed. Anybody that says it's not needed probably hasn't been watching football. The game is crazy. The refs can't, in a quick flash, see everything. But sometimes you have to be strong-willed. If you see the replay and in your opinion this is it, you don't have to agree with your colleagues. It's not a zombie mentality. It's supposed to be you are a professional. He's a professional. In his own point of view, this is what he's saying. But you are the arbiter of the game at the moment. And your point of view, what have you seen? Call it as you see it, not as you assume that your colleague has called it. And
Right.
so I think more often than when they get to the call to that to go watch the replay, they feel compelled to change their decision because their colleague has called them and they don't want to make it seem as if their colleague has no idea what he's doing. But it's hurting the game if the referee cannot be professional enough and stand his own ground.
Yes, indeed. That is the truth of the matter. All right, let's take our first break of the morning. When we come back in, we shall continue the discussions, talking about what's been going on in the world of sports over the weekend. And we'll head to La Liga, first of all, and talk about that game between Rayo Vallecano and, of course, Barcelona. That one ended a one apiece. I think there was some VR controversy in that one as well, but we'll talk about that in a whole lot more. Keep it tuned to The Locker Room. This is Smooth 98.1. All right, 3-minute break, and we'll dive right back in. Let me go drink water. I come.
All right, no problem.
You can also buy your motor insurance with Leadway Assurance. No queues, no stress, just 2 minutes and you are set. Visit auto.leadway.com today. Leadway Assurance, ensuring happiness. 1917.
Fly Emirates to 5 destinations in the Chinese mainland: Beijing, Shanghai, Guangzhou, Hangzhou, and Shenzhen, and discover new trade hubs. Relax in comfort on board with our world-class hospitality. Explore up to 6,500 channels of entertainment and stay connected with free Wi-Fi. With daily flights from Lagos to the Chinese mainland via Dubai, you can enjoy convenient travel that fits around your business schedule. Fly Emirates. Fly better.
What can you do in just 2 minutes? Brush your teeth, get dressed, or warm up your food. In 2 minutes, you can also buy your motor insurance with Leadway Assurance. No queues, no stress, just 2 minutes and you are set. Visit auto.leadway.com today. Leadway Assurance, ensuring happiness since 1970. The 30th year of the Samsung Sims Partnership Anniversary promo is here from August 25th to September 6th, 2025. Save up to 30% on our Samsung range of products like televisions, air conditioners, refrigerators, washing machines, mobile phones, and lots more. Hurry! Visit any of our Sims Digital Centers at Cathy Street, Alausa Allen, Ikeja City Mall, Omole, Uba, Apple Junction, Aguda, Surulere, Victoria Island, and Aja. For more details, call 9010-376670 or 7000-307-467 or visit www.simsng.com. Terms and conditions apply. Samsung Sims Partnership, celebrating Africa's longest running Samsung relationship. What can you do in just 2 minutes? Brush your teeth, get dressed, or warm up your food. In 2 minutes, you can also buy your motor insurance with Leadway Assurance. No queues, no stress, just 2 minutes and you are set.
This is a big problem because this is my radio. It's not playing. It's only online. Those online apps.
It's all full of background. It's the rest of the group. Who's that? What one?
All right, welcome back into the locker room. Yes, 36 minutes past 8 a.m. on a Monday, 1st of September 2025. Ayokunmi Kekiriekun here. Alongside me is Ibitayo Daramola. We are taking a look at what's been going on in the world of sports over the weekend. Very interesting weekend for sports lovers, really and truly, from tennis to Formula One to football as well. You are most welcome to join us, share your thoughts, share the banter around because we're getting to banter territory very slowly but surely. The WhatsApp number is 0911 That's 0911 Also join us on YouTube. We're streaming live there if you are a lover of the audio visual. Yes, indeed. Smooth 981 FM Lagos. Smooth 981 FM Lagos. So that is how you can join us on YouTube and leave your comments as well. We always look forward to hearing from you each and every single time that we come on the radio to talk about the world of sports. All right, Tyler, let's get back into the conversation here. Like I mentioned earlier on, we're heading to La Liga, where Rayo Vallecano fought back to draw with Barcelona, who dropped points in La Liga for the first time this season in a match hampered by problems with the video assistant referee technology. Just walk us through this one, Tyler, because it seems like VR decided I will be the talk of the town this weekend in whatever country.
Man, I mean, sometimes it's technology. We have to understand technology can fail at sometimes. That's why we always need the human touch. And so, prior to the game, they knew the referee had told both captains and both coaches that the VAR is cannot be able to transmit to the stadium. And so they knew before that. And then at the point in time, they told them, okay, it's available. Then when that controversy happened, it's no longer available because the referee gave a penalty there about the 40th minute. It looked kind of dodgy. I would have loved for the referee to go take a second look at it because it looked as if it was Lamine Yamal actually putting himself in between the player, in front of the player, rather than the player fouling him. But since there was no way for the referee to review the penalty, the referee's decision, we go back to the way it used to be, old school. The referee's decision is final. The penalty was taken. And you can understand the pains for Levante fans who didn't understand what was going on. Because they expected, okay, it's a foul was given, the referee will go check. And the referee wasn't going to go and check. So the fans whistled all game long and they felt pain. And yeah, it's not fault of the referee, I must say. We must state that clearly. Technology failed them there. And so his decision was final. But other than that, it was what a game. What a game it was.
What a game it was. And looking at the fact that the game ended 1-1, I mean, it's still early in the season, Barcelona dropping points, you would think that, okay, maybe this is a game that they probably should have won, gotten 3 points, and continued marching on. Looking at what Real Madrid, also has been doing this season as well. It's still early days. It's still early days. But can we use this? I mean, looking at how the game itself went, can we use this as a sort of marker to say, okay, maybe Barcelona isn't as invincible as people might actually think they are?
It's early days, yes. I mean, nobody wins the league in the third game, but it's not the results. It's how they've played. Barcelona against Levante, a team that ordinarily they should run over, took the last minute to win that game. They were 2 goals down in the first half. Against Rayo Vallecano, make no mistake, Rayo were the better team. Barcelona stole a point from Rayo. I mean, Rayo dropped 2 points. How often do you say that Rayo playing against Barcelona and you say Rayo dropped 2 points? I mean, Juan Garcia was the man of the match. 5 shots saved, point blank saves, not out of from the block, 1-on-1 saves. And it shows the vulnerability at the defense. They play this I9, which was quite new to so many people in the La Liga. But you have so many good coaches out there. They look at you. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
Exactly.
And so it looks as if this season that line would not work. Every team seems to be able to break them down, and that's the problem. And now you're chasing the Madrid, who have a new agenda. Madrid last season they had won everything. After they've gotten to their if you go by physics, once you get high, you get to a breaking point, and that was it. They needed a change. Now the change is here for Madrid. We see how they play. They are still not fluid enough. They are still not playing so good, but they are getting results. And that's what we always say. Sometimes you don't play so well, but get the results.
Get the results,
and that seems, at the start of the season, that seems to be the difference between them and, of course, Barcelona. Madrid is getting the results. Barcelona is not getting the results. Atletico Madrid, if you can lock them in, are not even thinking about result at the moment, because every game they've played, they've scored first and they've conceded, which is weird to say about an Atletico team conceding goals.
Exactly.
But they need to be wary of Real Madrid. Real Madrid seem to have found something. Alonso knows how he wants to play, and he's playing sticking to his style. He has shown that anybody can be benched. I mean, last game, Vini didn't start, which was quite a surprise and a shock for most of us. And so everybody has to tighten up, and everybody knows this is a new gaffer, and this is what the gaffer wants. This is how he wants to play. And you see the seriousness in them, and that's a worrying side, to see a talented side like Madrid being serious. It's very worrying.
Very worrying if you are of a Barcelona persuasion, but still early days in La Liga, only 3 games played, and even with the draw, they're just 2 points behind Real Madrid. It's still a lot to play for. All right, let's bring it to England, and we're heading over to Anfield, where the big one came up yesterday. Liverpool's 1-0 victory over their Premier League title rivals Arsenal was testament to their hard-working character, according to their manager, Arne Slot, who praised his side's mentality given the influx of new faces and a difficult early season schedule. That was a titanic battle, Liverpool coming out on top in that one, 1-0, from a moment of brilliance by Szoboszlai, very close to the end of the game. What are your thoughts on that game, Tayo, from a Liverpool perspective, and also an Arsenal persuasion as well?
I mean, first off, the game wasn't, for the neutrals, they didn't live up to the billing. It was a bore. I mean, but who cares? Like you say, banter will go on. As long as there was a result, banter will go on. And Liverpool, sometimes you need that bit of luck. Football is not all about the best team always winning. Sometimes you need that little luck. Because yesterday, it looked as if on the balance of play, Arsenal edged it on the balance of play. But Liverpool kept on pushing, kept on offing and puffing. They were resolute in defense. I mean, this was a Liverpool side who just conceded 2 goals to the Newcastle side, who were a man down, just on Monday. And it looked as if they were vulnerable in set piece, which is a strong point for us now. But they were solid. I mean, it shows that they've done their homework. The players were up for it. And it was a very, very good game tactically. But fine margins, 1 free kick. You can't even question. Look, you try to find fault with somebody, but unless you are nitpicking, you can't find fault with anybody. It was almost a perfect free kick. Nothing Raya could do. He saw the ball really late. But questions will still be asked of Arteta. Looked as if he wasn't bold enough, or maybe he felt it was just the start of the season. Then he shouldn't just be rash with his decision. But I felt, alongside most people, that the starting lineup wasn't what I expected. I mean, Martinelli and then Merino coming into the side, that felt, Eberechi just had a great game with Crystal Palace before he joined them. It's not like he's not been training or playing football. I felt Eberechi would have started. My opinion, though, the coach knows better. I always say that, but my opinion, I feel Eberechi should have started. Merino didn't look like the Merino we saw debutized last season, because the position he played last season when he debutized was up front, not on the wings. So there's a difference, quite a little bit of difference out there. They didn't look themselves going forward. And then, this looks like, the Arsenal squad looks like a squad where the sporting director has said, whatever you need, tell me. And he has provided everything for him. And the onus is on them to go win. They spent over 200 million to go and overhaul Liverpool. And they face Liverpool and lose. So it won't worry. Psychologically, it won't worry. But it's nothing to panic about. If you tell Arsenal fans this, like I said, early days, first loss of the season, Liverpool has always been a difficult ground to go to. So it's nothing there. 3 points, winning the league has never been about winning against the top 6. I've always said that. And indeed, if you check, even the great Sir Alex Ferguson's,
from all those other teams,
even the great Sir Alex Ferguson's record, if you check it, his record against the Big Four wasn't that good, but against the other teams, he made sure he punished them home and away, got all his points from them, and that's the. I mean, you have top 6. Basically, you have 13 other teams to play, or 14 other teams to play. You get points home and away from 14 teams. You are almost 75% on your way to winning the league. So, right. I mean, it's not about the Big 6. It's about Big 6 is just about bragging rights, and they lost the bragging rights yesterday.
Yes, indeed. And of course, for Arsenal and every other team in the Premier League, according to reports, it seems like Alexander Isak has finally made or found his dream move to Liverpool. A Premier League record fee was announced yesterday. So, I mean, after adding all that firepower, Kitiki and so on and so forth, Isak also moving to Anfield. It looks like Liverpool want to do a Man City and hold on to this league title for as many seasons as possible. Interesting years coming up in English football. All right, let me take your messages as we wrap up on the show this morning. Larry from the abroad, I just like that, the abroad, the way he says it. Says, I was at Zandvoort yesterday, and what a dramatic race that was. My heart sank when Lando experienced that reliability issue because it's just hard to see Piastri slipping up. Oscar is such a confident driver, and he always finds space to push even further when Lando or others are giving it full beans. Meanwhile, a sad day for Ferrari and Uncle Lewis. Can this season just be over for him already? I don't know. With the way it has been for Lewis Hamilton in the last couple of years, I just feel maybe it's just that time to say, you know what, I've seen it all, I've done it all. Maybe I should just take a step back, because even at Ferrari, new team and everything hasn't exactly gone to plan for him there. Stan says, well, Barcelona, they let me vex. Sorry, Stan, take it easy. Just drink some water. Arsenal destined to finish the season second for the next 10 seasons. He said in every language. Well. Tayo says, Arsenal better collect change for Adigoki, or is it Gyökeres from Sporting Lisbon, because it's too early to be calculating second in the table. Amorim heard Ayo was coming back to the locker room and didn't want to disappoint. I mean, come on, it's me now. It's like Ayo is the chosen one. Please trust the process and don't sack him like Eric Ten Hag. I wonder how Isak and Garnacho would fare, especially when they score against their ex. Jackson to be or not to be at Chelsea. Hey, Nicholas Jackson, I felt sorry for him actually after the whole debacle with Bayern Munich and everything. Chelsea, I'm not try. All right, let me take comments on YouTube. LK Adoroba says, Man United struggle to win one game and Ayo comes back. Tell me when something is planned without telling me something is planned. LK, as they say in Yoruba land, Ejo Lefero. But Ibitayo says, let's be honest, that was not a VAR mistake. This is all on the ref. He was called to the monitor to see the play himself. VAR raised doubt, but he made the final call. That goal should have stood. And Uchinawoku says, United, no words. Liverpool has fired the first shot of the title race, and with Isak coming soon, the gap will be wider. Pep can't fix this team. Same defensive issue, but people only see Amorim. Well, when you're large, you're large. I mean, you can't be comparing City and United. Come on, Uchina. I mean, we're not on the same level, no matter whatever it is Pep has done. Please. All right, we need to wrap it up this morning. Thank you all so much for all the messages. Big thank you to you, Ibitayo Daramola, for joining me this morning, making his debut on The Locker Room. And like I said, a hat trick, back to back. It's been a pleasure having you on the show. Good man.
My pleasure, Anthony.
All right, thank you so much. We'll be talking in the DMs, most definitely. Lagos, it's been real. Well, should I say Lagos, Nigeria, the entire world, because you know we're global on Smooth 98.1. You can listen to us on your favorite streaming apps and carry us wherever it is that you go. Meanwhile, 9 o'clock, we'll be having a conversation on Lagos Talks. Don't go anywhere. Keep it tuned.